Hey everyone, and welcome back to Wood Sports Gaming. We've got an exciting matchup lined up for you today, as Coach Woods and the Northern Iowa Panthers look to extend their winning streak. After two hard-fought victories against UAB and Yale at home, the Panthers are sitting pretty at 2-1. Now, they're gearing up to face the Florida Atlantic Owls, who are unfortunately still searching for their first win of the season, coming in at 0-3. This is a pivotal moment for Coach Woods and his team. Can they maintain this momentum and secure a third consecutive win, pushing their record to a solid 4-1? The energy in the stadium is always electric when the Panthers are playing well, and this game promises to be no different. Imagine the roar of the crowd as the Panthers fight for every yard, every touchdown. It's the kind of atmosphere that makes college football so special. The challenge ahead is real, but so is the potential for greatness. A win here would not only boost the team's confidence significantly but also set a positive tone as they prepare to travel to Delaware to face the Blue Hens. This is more than just a game. It's about building a winning culture, about the dedication and hard work Coach Woods is instilling in his players. We're eager to see if they can deliver another thrilling performance and continue their climb. Before we dive into the action, a quick but important note. All the incredible visuals, the music, and the overall game experience you're about to witness belong to AA Sports and their talented artists. We're just here to share the excitement and the journey with you. Let's get ready for some fantastic college football.
This drive will start at the 25. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Great job by the defense, understanding what they were seeing. They played the read game beautifully, strung it out. Quarterback continues to drift to his left. No space to get through. Tackle for a loss for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And here comes the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Florida Atlantic about to put toe to leather and get this thing started. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, All eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
Makes the grab. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. So the Florida Atlantic Owls offense will get the ball for the first time. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him, and I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ready? Let's see what they do on third down.
Green 25.
From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on third down in your end of the field, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
They kick it away on fourth down. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the offense onto the field again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
On the ready.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44.
Igloo.
From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. There he goes. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has
Pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw again. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Got some room to run. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the Jets and making the big play.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They'll start this drive going to the air. Looking for a deep man. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. What will they dial? Wants to go up top. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Connection to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on third down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The hand to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
It's complete to the left. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll just down it right there.
Great job downing the football, setting your defense up with great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your defense.
Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively?
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Jackrabbit. Go.
From the gun, the ground game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And they knock him down. There was nowhere to...
You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And they knock him down. There was nowhere to...
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
And guys, Florida Atlantic has the edge. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Finds his big tight end. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The give to the back. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at the 13.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting it second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might...
Into the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
On the run, it's Owens. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. Makes a move. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them.
Grabs it at the 25 in stride. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there. Quickly, you just saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Purdue is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? clearly the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 14 to USC. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Fires to the wideout. Snares it outside. It's Perry. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles.
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny.
And they're ready for this quarterback to take shots. They're sensing the frustration, and that time in perfect position, forcing that incompletion.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Tosses it incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. He's got it on the run. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're going to run it. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. It's caught. That's a touchdown.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, we got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That defense is about getting off the football. When that defensive line can be disruptive, get in the backfield right away, and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
2nd down, he'll throw it. They're setting up the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
The screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Plucks it out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. Firing to the right, complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll immediately call timeout. These little gains up as he gets it up to the 34.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Leaves it with the back. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch this one unfold. Back to our guys in the booth.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. The short hands, it's Terrell. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And the offense takes the field ready to go back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Here's the handoff. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
It's complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll go right back to it. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Tight end finds a soft spot. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Operating in the red zone here on second down. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Extra point here will tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tulane notched a victory in enemy territory. And though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from New Orleans is worth enemy territory. And though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from New Orleans is worth it to the Green Wave. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. It's complete on the right side. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Messer. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just...
Oh, he's got some space. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Florida Atlantic races to the line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Back to pass on second down. Wide open downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got a man, it's Henry. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. No good. Field goal attempts, fellas. Still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The 42-yard field goal that was no good gives them the ball back at the 25-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33.
Get set, get set.
Looking to throw for it. Got his man on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Jackrabbit.
Using his legs, it's Owens. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across. 1st down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get 1st downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
The run from the shotgun. He has the 1st and still on his feet. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th.
Ready, set.
Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down.
Spider.
They'll go to the ground. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
2nd down coming up.
Ready?
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
Freedom. Pound 55 feet.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Back open in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And let's hold on. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call.
On the set.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They're going to ride this running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
At the 11-yard line. Brings up second down.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the back. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. To the ground to try to move the chains. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
After another clutch third down conversion, it's first and goal. Trying to barge in. Bounds into the end zone for a touchdown.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, USF and UCF have battled to the final whistle. Here's a quick breakdown. USF looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Bulls. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Impressive, to say the least. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Turning it on! He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready.
The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Florida Atlantic trying to line up quickly.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Henry. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Takes it from the gun on third down. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse.
Okay.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. They're working that left side. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got...
There he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marked it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. They get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Now on first down from the 43. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Right now, watching this offense stay aggressive, they've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of, 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame.
The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. You got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Jackrabbit.
To the ground with the back. He'll be hauled. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Jackrabbit.
To the ground with the back. He'll be hauled 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.